Have you ever wondered how your data stays secure on the internet? It's all thanks to a concept called encryption. But what exactly is encryption? Imagine you're sending a secret message in a bottle across the ocean. You wouldn't want just anyone to be able to read it, right? So, you scramble the message into a secret code that only the intended recipient can decipher. That's essentially what encryption does. It's a method of transforming readable data, known as plaintext, into an unreadable format called ciphertext to prevent unauthorized access. This transformation is done using a special set of rules known as algorithms. By doing so, even if someone intercepts the data while it's being transported, they wouldn't be able to understand it unless they have the right key to decode it. So, in essence, encryption is like your personal bodyguard, keeping your data safe and secure. Now you might be thinking, how does this encryption thing work? Well, it's like a secret language between two parties. Let's say Alice and Bob. Alice wants to send Bob a message, but she doesn't want anyone else to read it. So she uses an encryption algorithm, a set of rules or instructions that scramble her message into what we call ciphertext. Here's how it goes. Alice starts with her message, also known as plaintext. She then applies the encryption algorithm, which might involve a series of substitutions, transformations, and permutations. The algorithm uses a secret key, a unique piece of information that Alice and Bob have agreed upon beforehand. This key guides the algorithm on how to mix up the plaintext into ciphertext, a jumble of characters that looks like gibberish to anyone else. Alice sends this ciphertext to Bob, who uses the same key to reverse the process and read the message. And voila! Your data is now a jumble of characters that only someone with the right key can decipher. The magic behind encryption lies in something called an encryption algorithm. So, what's an encryption algorithm? Think of it as a complex mathematical formula used to scramble and unscramble data. It's like a secret recipe for a dish that only you know how to cook and serve. There are two main types of encryption algorithms, symmetric and asymmetric. Let's delve into these a bit. Symmetric encryption, as the name suggests, is quite straightforward. It uses the same key to both encrypt and decrypt the data. Imagine a lock and a key. You lock the box with a key and open it with the same key. That's essentially how symmetric encryption works. Asymmetric encryption, on the other hand, uses a pair of keys. One key is used to encrypt the data, and the other is used to decrypt it. It's like a safety deposit box that requires two keys to open. One key is public and can be shared with anyone. The other key is private and should be kept secret. Now let's look at some common encryption algorithms. AES, or Advanced Encryption Standard, is a symmetric encryption algorithm that is widely used across the globe. It's renowned for its strength and speed, and is often employed by governments and corporations alike for secure communication. DES, or Data Encryption Standard, is another symmetric encryption algorithm. Although it was once considered extremely secure, advances in technology have made it less so, leading to its successor 3DS or triple DS, which applies the DES algorithm 3 times to each data block. And then there's RSA, an example of an asymmetric encryption algorithm. RSA is widely used in online transactions and secure email services. It's named after its creators, Rivest, Shamir, and Adelman. These encryption algorithms are like secret recipes, each with its own unique way of scrambling your data. They are the unsung heroes behind secure communication, ensuring that your private conversations, transactions, and data remain just that, private. Did you know that data can be encrypted in 2 different ways depending on whether it's in transit or at rest? Let's delve into that. When we talk about data in transit, we're referring to any data that's being transferred over a network. This could be an email you're sending or a website you're accessing. To protect this data from prying eyes, it's encrypted as it travels, making it unreadable to anyone who might intercept it. On the other hand, data at rest is data stored on physical or virtual servers, databases, personal devices, or any other form of storage. This data is also vulnerable to unauthorized access, so it's encrypted to keep it secure, even when it's just sitting there. These 2 forms of encryption are both crucial in today's digital world. They serve as the guardian angels of your data, protecting it whether it's speeding along the information superhighway or snoozing on a hard drive. Whether your data is sitting still or on the move, encryption ensures it's always under lock and key. And you might be wondering, what's the big deal about encryption anyway? Well, let's dive into some of the benefits that make encryption such an essential tool in our digital world. To start with, think about privacy. In an age where we share and store so much personal information online, encryption is like a virtual envelope. sealing our confidential information from prying eyes. It ensures that the messages we send, the websites we visit, or the files we save stay private. Now let's talk about security. With the increasing rise of cyber threats, encryption provides a much-needed security layer. It's like a digital lock, keeping our data safe from unauthorized access. Whether it's a hacker trying to steal credit card information or a malicious software trying to corrupt your data, encryption is there to stand in their way, making sure our digital assets remain secure. Then there's integrity, another key benefit of encryption. It's not just about keeping data safe from outside threats, but also ensuring the data remains unchanged during transit. Imagine sending an important document over the internet. Without encryption, it could be intercepted and altered without your knowledge. But with encryption, you can be confident that the document will reach its destination just as you intended. Finally, consider regulatory compliance. Many industries, from healthcare to finance, are subject to strict data protection regulations. Encryption helps businesses meet these regulatory requirements, avoiding hefty fines and protecting their reputation. Not to mention, it shows customers that the business takes their privacy and security seriously. So there you have it. Encryption is like a digital superhero, always there to protect your data when it matters most. It's not just a fancy tech term, but a fundamental part of our digital lives, ensuring our privacy, safeguarding our security, maintaining our data's integrity, and helping us meet regulatory standards. In a world that's becoming more connected and consequently more vulnerable, encryption is more important than ever.